You better not ask for nothing. 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 Feeding you greatness, everything you need. Pull up to the table and fulfill jewelry. We got the last week for the culture and what's trending. Foolishness and friends, everything in between.
But y'all not listening when we say don't ask for nothing. Whatever you need,
anything, everything, all things,
you'll be fulfilled right here. Tune in, turn up.
Turn up.
Hey, family. Hey, family.
Hey.
Our lineup is looking a little different today. Hola, what's good?
Hi. How are you guys?
Hello.
I'm trying to edit my name still.
We'll get your name. We just came on. Let me do the intro. I ain't even right. Kimi would kill me. I'm not representing for the family. Hold on.
Oh, you didn't do anything?
Hold on. It's Bree. It's Camille. It's Moni. And this is We Have That at
Home.
Yes, ladies.
We did that.
Put the little
Yes. I love it. I am super excited. So
Aww.
it is Ladies' Night.
Yes.
Our first episode of our Battle of the Sexes. Next week, the gentlemen will be on with their nonsense.
Yes.
Whatever it is.
I'll tune into that, of course. I want to see that. I want to see that.
And then we're going to all come together for a final Battle of the Sexes episodes where we go head to head with them niggas. No.
Not my lights doing it with me.
It's a party.
I like that.
Every time we cackle and laugh, lights are going to be like,
thank you so much.
Yeah. So introduce yourselves a little bit. So these are the ladies, and I'm so excited to be here with y'all because I be sitting up here with Kimi and Jeesh, and sometimes I'm like, I need a sis to verify what I'm saying.
Make you up.
Yes, they be making me feel like I'm crazy. So whoever wants to go first, introduce yourself a little bit, name, a little bit about yourself, whatever you want to share with the people.
Well, I'm loyal. I've been on a few times, so we have that at home. I am an entrepreneur. I do YouTube. I am definitely a mom. I really speak for, homeless youth. Back, when I was younger, I was in the homeless system, shelter system, things like that. So I'm really, really big on that. And I can honestly say the first time I put together an event and I gave away so many donations to kids for school. So I'm really hype on that. That's what I'm doing right now. And I do have on IG, I do have a shop where you could get custom tie-dye t-shirts and also tie-dye hoodies now.
Oh, nice.
So very nice, cute. Had two of them made.
Yeah.
They're dope, I love it. Perfect for the summer vibe.
Thank you. She definitely supported.
So I'm Camille. Hello. I am a professor at Jefferson. Been there since 2017. I've been teaching for 7 years. Very excited. So I'm in fashion, if you can't tell. I've been in fashion for the better part of like 15, 16 years. So yeah, that's me. And I love this show.
Yes. Thank you. And I was saying I love them hats on the wall. Like everything's just styled back there.
I love it. You see back there that mannequin?
I
Yes.
Listen, don't now keep they didn't even talk yet, and it's already nonsense. You know why I said that? I told Camille before the episode. You know what the first question on the guy episode is, Bree? Why do men have to take care of everything?
Oh, that's what they were trying to do. That's the type of vibe. Okay.
Like, are you sure you take care of everything though?
That's what you feel like?
Yeah, like
because you take
maybe
out the
not
garbage.
everything.
Okay. we'll see what
We
they
got
got to
our
say
own
about it.
questions.
Yes.
All I want to say though is men work from sun to sun. A woman's work is never done. That's all I'm
Oh
trying to say.
yeah.
Period.
Period.
Yes. Yes. That's good. That's good.
I like it.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Our first question of the evening, and I think we're all independent ladies taking care of
Mm-hmm.
ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
Can you be independent and submissive at the same time? And as I'm reading this question, I realize this is so situational.
Yes, I agree.
Listen, boo boo. First of all, I am not excited about the word independent. Let me put that
Okay.
out there.
Yes,
I'm
yes,
not.
yes.
I'm not. I think Neo Miss Independent. I was like, I get
You
it.
was
I
That's
get
cute
it.
and all, but
Yeah, but that wasn't the goal. You know, I have to be
right.
independent. I
Yes.
have to be, and I'm
Yes.
like, I am like when if somebody called me strong, it's so crazy. I'm a knuckle up.
Yep.
That's like I said. I'm like I don't want to be this strong, independent woman, like fighting through all the time, like you know what I mean. But I do think you can be because I am independent, whatever. But I think you can be submissive at the same time to the right person. I think a lot of these guys out here, they just don't be having the balls to like deal with someone who is self-sufficient. And it's okay. Like if you want a woman, a real good woman, you want a whole woman. You don't want a half a woman. You don't want 3/4 of a woman. You want a whole woman so you could be a whole man to her. So yes, I think you can be independent and submissive, and I delight in the opportunity to be submissive. Like, okay, daddy, whatever
Settle.
you
Oh my God.
like,
Hold
please.
I do. Because I feel like I have to be so independent all the time and I'm working hard and I'm taking care of everything. I want to come home and like be taken care of. Like, and
Yes.
but I don't want to be like led by an idiot. You know what I'm saying? I need,
No.
you know what I'm saying? Somebody righteous, somebody right, like
Yes.
make a wise decision. So I can be definitely be submissive to that. And that's definitely
Yes.
what
Gird up your loins.
yeah.
Okay.
And I have
Goodness
been in relationships
gracious.
with men who I felt like were jealous because like of the way that I was growing or progressing or whatever. And I'm like, that's toxic.
Yeah. It's hard to be with somebody who's jealous like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And I mean, I would think that for a long time, like I was like, well, maybe because, I've been single for a long time. And, I guess I'm working on something now, but we'll talk about that later. But I think part of that, people be like, well, guys wouldn't even know how to approach you because, you come across like you got your shit together or whatever. And I'm
Mm-hmm.
like, well, aren't I supposed to?
Yes.
Like,
Yes.
first of all, I don't because it's all a journey.
Mm-hmm.
But aren't I'm supposed to be kind of like good so that we could like build something together. Like you want me to be groveling, like, oh baby, please.
I know.
Granted, I still want you to like pay a bill or, give me something, give me some flowers or whatever. But, I'm not going to be groveling on my knees.
No, not at all.
Yeah. So that's my take.
We can't hear you, Bree. Something's going on with your sound. No.
Hello?
There you go. Okay.
So I feel like I agree with you 100%, and I feel like I'm kind of living in that. Like I'm really
Mhm.
big on I'm NYC super mom. I do everything on my own, but behind the scenes I have a whole man, and
Mhm.
he is really. I'm
Behind
like
the
I
scenes.
don't need nobody. Thanks, babe. You know. Um, but he understands that. Like even on my vlogs, I'm always like, "Oh, I'm doing this alone," and then like 2 seconds later, like if I turn my camera, you see he's with me half the time.
Oh,
But
yeah.
yeah, you know what I mean? Like we going out to eat, he's probably there. But I
Mhm.
focus on that it's me and my kids and I is because like I agree with you. Like I am a whole person and
Mhm.
I want to be able he needs to be a whole person. He needs to bring something to the table. Um of course I think that you can do both. I feel
Yeah.
like that's the point. I feel like when you're
Yeah.
whole, you are independent because you're independent with your thoughts, you're independent, you know what I mean? But
Yeah.
of course, when it comes to being in a relationship, and it sorry about that. My kids.
Real life.
I'm eating dinner right now, right with you
Yeah.
girls. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? I just gotten through the door. But yeah, that's a big part. Is that you 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 have to be if you're gonna be a part of a good partnership. Yes, both of you should be equally independent and equally
Both.
submissive.
Yes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think so too. Right? You should have your silos of things that are for you.
Hmm.
Right? I don't know if I want a man that's submissive. I
I think
mean,
submissive is for me, like in a way that he can be tender, like he can be soft, and it's like,
okay.
you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Just that tenderness, I really like. It's like it's
Yeah.
so sweet, yeah.
Yeah, I
Because
enjoy
after
that.
being this woman, like even today, like right now, like I'm sorry I didn't get dressed. Usually I get dressed, but I really was running late. There's like audits and stuff. Anyway,
Mm-hmm.
um, the point is like, you know, he has dinner there for me. You know,
Mm-hmm.
like a lot of people wouldn't, a lot of people probably don't relate. I hear a lot of women that don't relate. They have to rush home and cook. I do cook and I rush home and cook. But even times where I'm late like this and I'm caught up, it's nice to have someone who's not like, oh, well, you didn't cook. So we have nothing. And we're waiting for
I
Oh
you.
yes.
appreciate it. I really
He's like, I got you. I got you. Just,
But
Yeah.
I think one
Would
of my
you
love
consider
languages,
would
like
are you saying that submissive then?
I do.
Okay.
I do because he's catering to what he knows my love language is.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
I was thinking
I,
like love, like that acts of service is definitely one of my love languages. So when people do things for me, I really appreciate it. And it's like
Mm-hmm.
that stuff has like really bothered me in relationships in the past, like living with somebody and them not helping out to a certain degree. Like it really starts to sting me to the point where
Yeah.
I was like literally like a cliche in a movie. I watched a piece of paper on the carpet for days. It was like day one, day two, day three. The shit wasn't getting picked up. And I'm like, yo, there's two people in this motherfucker. If you pick
Yes.
it up, it's gonna be me. If I'm not picking it up, you never gonna take consideration of that shit right there. I mean, come on, son. Cold
I
feet.
love
want
a
a
good
whole
fast
thug.
love though.
I
Like,
do know.
right?
I I have a low key thug.
Listen. Huh?
I have a low key thug. You got the little pants, little bit below the waist,
Yeah.
and cooking. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Well, you know what? I just like a manly man. Like, just like I am a man. You know what I mean? Like, I want tone. I want sit your ass down. I
I do
want, you
like
know what I
all
mean? Like, I want, so that I
Yeah.
think that part of me wants to be submissive. That's what I
that.
mean by like, yes,
Yes. Okay.
I'm a whole person, but I also need somebody to be like, calm down. Like, you're doing too much. Cause a lot of times I
Bring
am.
that ass here.
Exactly. Yes.
And I know,
Yes.
I feel like we were just saying, because part of my personality, like I'm crazy. I can be really neurotic about some shit. And I feel like if there's a guy in my life who could like calm that shit down, I'm a puppy right now. I'm doing
Yeah.
whatever the fuck you want to do, and I'm
Yes.
laying
Yep.
with it. Like,
Yes.
I agree.
For sure.
so we need our men.
Mm-mm-mm.
We need our men to be strong. Oh, Jill Scott, I always bring up that what she was saying in that interview. She was like, "You can tell me what to do if you can tell me what to do,
Yes,
Yes.
exactly.
but you just
Yes.
got to be able to. Can you do it? You know, because you
Yeah.
can't do that if you don't got the right tone in your voice. Like you know what I'm saying? Like niggas,
But you
Yeah.
also can't do that if you're not right in your life. Like if
yeah.
you have to be that's what I'm saying. Like you have to be right in every way for you to be like, oh, okay, you backing that up.
Mm-hmm.
With this,
Mm-hmm.
that, and that's where it comes in where you have to be just as submissive because that's where I feel like we're equal. Because I'm like, oh, you know what, he'll do that. You know what I mean? When the
Mm-hmm.
tables are turned, I know I could count on him to, submit the same way.
Yeah.
Would
Yeah.
you say that you like a man who is like submissive, Brie? Not like I'm not saying he's a pussy, but just like submissive to you.
I think no, I just I
I feel
yes.
like that's a yes.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. Um in a
Word.
sense. Okay, I like to lead. You know what I
Yes,
mean?
yes.
I like to lead, but I also love to be led to the
Okay.
right. You know what I mean? So how can I say this?
I feel like you like to lead, and you like to let him lead when you want to be led, but at the end you want to be the leader.
Yeah, like something like that.
Yeah.
I feel like something like that, but I think that still comes with like in certain moments, because there's certain moments where I'll be like, just give me an answer. Like I don't even want to think about it right now. I don't even want to think. Like,
Yes.
can you be as, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm dead.
I'm sorry. I
I feel
was,
you.
but
No,
then
I
I
feel
realized I
the
couldn't.
same. Yeah, I don't know. Like, I don't know if I want, like, if I'm in a relationship with a guy, and trust me, if I'm in a relationship with a guy, it's because I trust them. And in that respect, hold on. Okay. Oh, sorry.
She's
In
like,
that
that's him.
huh? No, it was my director. I shouldn't have. I should turn my phone on. I only had it on because I was looking at the questions.
Real
But
life. Real life. We're doing a million
right.
things.
So like I want, like, if I'm with a guy, it's because I trust the guy and I want that guy to lead me. Like I don't feel like I want to be with a guy and I have to lead. Like, fuck.
I feel like I'm there now. In the
I'm
past,
exhausted. I'm so tired.
yes. In the past, I was trying it. I'm like, all right, I know I'm good at doing shit. I can organize very well. Like, but it's exhausting. And you start to look at that man like, yo, you see me like this? Like, when are you gonna take over? Like,
Yeah,
when
yeah.
But he literally, like, sometimes it's I'm a poor choice in the men that I'm with. Like, he can't. You know what I'm saying? Or he
Yeah.
doesn't feel comfortable doing it.
Yeah.
Or like, I don't. It's just you have
Yeah.
to choose right.
Yeah,
Equally
you do have
yoked.
to
I
choose
feel like
right.
I can count on my man to
Yeah.
take over.
Mm-hmm.
But do
That's
I like
good.
to have the wheel first? Yeah. But then after the next 5 hours, I'm tired. You could take over.
5
I
hours.
trust you could take over. No, like driving.
Yes.
Like driving.
Yeah.
Talk about that.
You're like, oh. All right, now you could take over. I trust you could take over.
Yeah, like I just, I'm waiting for somebody to take over, and that's just that. You know what I mean? And I'm excited for that to happen. So we'll see.
Yes. So I know, all right, Bree is in a relationship, committed relationship, monogamous. Just,
Yes.
it's 2021. Okay.
I'm a serial monogamous.
Okay.
Not an ethical. What's it? Ethical non-monogamous.
So,
Yeah, what the hell is
Ethically
that?
I
non-monogamous.
don't know.
I forgot what they said. It was like something.
Polyamorous.
Yeah,
Oh, Polly is big now.
It's so
Polly's
big.
really big. And we've had conversation. Oh, but that's not the topic.
No, but
Um,
that is. I wanted to get like who's single, who's together.
Okay.
Go ahead.
I feel like I possibly would have been completely open with it if we didn't have children.
Okay.
What is
I would have
complete
jumped on that
open?
bandwagon. Heck
Yeah.
yeah, I would have done. I
Okay.
would have jumped on that. Yes.
Okay.
Mm.
Open, like we're seeing people together, or we're seeing people separately, and then like this is just home base.
Together. Like I think I could have been like, oh, because just think about it. There's yeah. Can you start that from blah blah blah? It's all I thought about, right? Is 3 incomes. Like I was like, fuck yes. Yes.
3
100%
incomes.
yes.
I hear you.
Yeah, you watch these
Yeah,
videos, they're like, yeah,
Get a
and then she pays
roommate.
this and she pays this. Yeah. And you get whatever whatever you want there. Why not? Yeah, leave it dark because
How deep can I be in your business right now?
you could be deep. I could just say no if I don't want to say it, but you could be deep.
Would you want to also be in a relationship with the other woman?
Oh, like yes, we all 3 would, and it would be a woman. Yes, it would be a woman, and then it would all 3. Yeah.
Okay.
I think that the only thing that I feel like is really, really disturbing is like when kids are involved and they're not involved from the beginning. Like let's say, for example, it was like that and it became, but like if I were to bring another woman in this house, my kids would be like, who you?
Yes.
Yeah. Why
like
my mommy?
yeah, like
Yeah.
But but I mean, listen, if that is like you and who you are, do you think that that's something
A multi-income household.
100? Yes, we be there.
Yeah.
What if
But
that was
yeah.
something that you were like, this is what I'm doing, right? Again, 2021. Do you think that you could introduce that to your children ever? Or you think that, I mean, I forgot what word you used, but it was a pretty strong negative one.
Or I don't think I would ever do that. Maybe
Okay.
when I got older, like, and they were outside, like, and let's say if it was like an
I got
older
you.
thing,
Yeah,
like if we
yeah.
wanted to, like, yeah, like, and we're
Over
like,
18, where you're living your life, you're growing.
yes, yes, and they're not living with me because that's another thing. It has to do
Yeah.
with them being in the household. It just does, and I know it's my business or whatever, but it's just not that much of interest in me that it will fuck my kids up like that. You know, like
Yeah.
if they were outside the house, they come to visit, and we have a third person that's on us. Like,
Yeah.
but
Mm.
but I just feel like it's just not something I would even want to, like, you know.
I hear you. Okay.
And we're open here. Everybody knows we have family members who are, you know, they fluid. We're very fluid
Right.
up in here. But
Okay.
still, it's just still something about that serial monogamous. No,
Okay.
you know,
Wow.
that one.
Yeah. I had a guy who so I've been dating.
So Camille is single and dating.
So I've been dating, and I had this one guy. He was in I guess a polygamous relationship, a polyamorous relationship. And I went out. He kind of mentioned that he was ethically non-monogamous, and I was just like, "That's too many words for you to be like you're a freak. Like you're just a freak. It's fine. Like just be a freak."
Yeah.
So we went out. We had a good time. A really good. He was a neuroscientist. Like what? His
Ooh,
mind was crazy. His mind was crazy. Good conversation. Had a good time. Drank, ate, dessert, everything. So the next day,
dessert.
not dessert.
Okay. Okay.
Cheesecake. So we went so the next day I was like on my way to the mountains or whatnot, and he just like looped me into his whole like scene. So he calls me and I'm like, hey, you know, we like talking, and then some girls like, hey Camille, and I was like hi.
Oh
And he's like, well,
wow.
this is Michelle, and da da da. Like, started like, I was just like, oh, you're introducing me now. Like, we just went on one date last night. I ended up blocking him. I was just like, I can't do it. So, you know, I toyed around with him. I did toy around with him a little bit, like that day, like, you know, because I was with girls and I just like took a picture of all of us. And I was just like, how about all of us? Like, kind of like that. And he's like, oh my God, how much time do I have? I was like, not enough, nigga. Like, whatever. And then he sent me So he sent me a picture of like him, I guess, and the girl and their feet in like a pool. I was like, feet though?
Why?
Couple's feet. Like
Why?
like splashing in the pool.
That's weird.
So
The other shit was like, okay, now this shit is weird. Like
I was like that. Like you're introducing me, then we're like, I'm just toying with him. I knew I wasn't going to talk to him no more.
Right.
But then you do some weird. That was like weird. That's not even like he could have been like, I don't know, their hands together or something like that. You want to join us, or you know what I mean? But why the feet talking about something? What's your favorite color? That's what he sent.
No, he didn't.
And then what's your favorite color? I was like, this is weird. Like that was weird.
Part of the game is that.
Yeah, like you guys are into feet or something. Like what's going on?
Be like cute feet, black. Like what? What?
Like what? So that was it for me. That was it for me. Then I this one guy, he we went on a date, and he was like you know, he told me straight up that day, he was like, I'm married. And I was like, you're married? Like, why are you here? Like, what are you doing? And he's like, oh, well, she said I could go date. I said, are you sure? Like, she said you could go date? And he was like, yeah, that's why I'm out. You know what I mean? And he was like, I'm just looking for a friend. I was like, a friend for what? Like, you're married, sir. Like, what are you doing? He said, well, yeah. He's like, well, I've been trying to do this for like 6 months or so. And I would tell people that I'm married and I'm just like looking for a friend and no one would go out with me.
Well, duh.
Yeah, no one's going out with a married
Who the fuck
Married
wants to
man,
come and
like
get their time wasted?
Yes, and then I come here and now you like you some you're like my new bestie. I remember him saying that in like the text messages, like, "Oh, you're like my bestie," and I'm like, "Bestie? Like, what does that even mean, bestie?" And that I guess I found out that day, like, oh my god, like you're he's looking for a friend outside of his marriage. I'm
Right.
like, sir, get the hell out of here.
mm.
Like, what is
You do
happening?
the dating apps?
Yeah. Yep.
Same
So the
here.
guy I'm talking
Wait,
to now, I met on a dating app.
wait,
Who I
are
really
they so? But you can message back and forth on these. I'm sorry, I've never been on a dating app.
I do the apps a lot. Yep, you can message back and forth, and they're all different. Some of them are like the women. I think Bumble's the women can only message the men.
Yes.
Um,
Oh wow.
there's some stuff like
Mhm.
that, and like some of them have like times chats to try to like move you forward to date and stuff.
Yeah.
But
Oh
it's
wow.
yeah, there's a lot of different stuff out there. It's pretty interesting.
Yeah, it was very interesting. Yeah, so I don't know if I'm like in the weird, like not single space. I
Yeah,
don't know if I'm like
same.
ready to be like, this is it for me.
But waiting for the one to like the one to
Yeah,
choose.
I like him a lot though. So we'll
Yes!
see.
Oh my
Yeah.
God. Sierra's prayer.
Huh?
Sierra's prayer.
Oh goodness. Oh my god, please. Spare me.
That's
But
crazy.
yes,
Well,
yes, I get it. I get it. But yeah, I really do. I really do. We'll see where this goes. I'm excited. I'm like, what in the hell?
That's
I feel like I
good.
got hit over the head. Like,
That's good to be excited about it. I'm excited for you.
yes,
yes.
yes. That's why I was like, oh, this is a good conversation for me to have, for me to air out,
Yeah, yeah.
air out some stuff, so I can like be like, oh, okay, I'm good. I can do this. I can do
Yeah.
this. I can do this.
At least, so the next question was about, do men wait to commit until they need to be taken care of? And I'm wondering if, like, for us single ladies that are out here, are we waiting? Are these men that were like just trying to find one that's ready to be taken care of? Like, is that when they want to stop running around?
See, I was trying to figure out. I didn't really understand that one. Do men wait to commit until they need to be taken care of?
A little
Need?
bit. So a little bit of like context. So they say like I was reading something. They were like, women always want to get married because they are looking for someone to take care of them, or like that's
Yeah.
the need in women. So they like looking for a provider, whatever. So men don't have that sort of need, but they may, like when they get older, feel like they need somebody to like take care of them in certain ways, or not even necessarily older, but like
Yeah.
they wait until they're at a point in their lives where they feel like they need to be taken care of by a woman before they decide to settle down. And like, is that what marriage is? Crippled and hot.
Basically, that's what I got out of it. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yes.
Basically, what I got out of it is basically until they ready, like they know that ain't nobody else gonna want them. They trying to get there. They get that last person that's going through the
Do you
door.
think that's what it is?
Yes, I do. Sometimes I do think that, no, not for all, but I do think that the men who really, but I feel like it backfires on them anyways, though. It really does backfire on them. But I think that they do, some men do, wait until the last moment, until the last drop. Because they feel like, you know what it is? They feel like they have so much longer time than us because they don't have like a ticking clock, like that you would say. So I feel like, yeah, they wait until the
Oh,
last
like to
moment,
have
but then
kids or
yeah, like they're like,
yeah.
well, I could have kids in my 40s. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
And
they
I
can
think
have
that that's
kids
still,
until they literally die.
yeah,
Like,
exactly,
yeah.
And I'm right
exactly.
now, like, I need to find somebody to settle down with me in the next year and a half because, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm really, this is what
Yeah.
I'm doing right now.
I know, like I have my son is about to go to college. But I toy around with the idea of having another kid. So sometimes I'm like, oh shoot, I'm like 40.
Do you
So
really?
yeah, I'm 40.
No, 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 not the 40, because you don't even look at this. Yes, we all gonna look like that.
Yes.
But I really feel happy that I'm this is my last year in my 20s
Mm,
and I already have the two kids and I'm
yeah.
done.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
I don't go ahead and brag about that because I don't want my kid at 18 to have a child. My
Mm-hmm.
first child I had when I was 18. I feel
Okay.
like that's just rounds around me. That's just like me, you know. I
Mm-hmm.
never would want that,
Mm-hmm.
you know, for her. But I feel like I just lost my train of thought. What
I
were we
think you're
talking
saying
about?
you were happy that you had kids when you were younger.
Oh yes,
Yeah.
yes. But to think about having like to think maybe later on in my life I'll sit down and almost hitting 40 and think, oh, maybe I want to turn back. That thought
It sounds
is
crazy.
crazy. Yeah, it
It
is.
sounds
I'm like,
insane.
are you out of diapers? You out of everything? You out of high school? Like
Everything.
you
Yes.
out of everything? You got a grown person. You like, let me get
Yes.
another one. But
Yeah.
I agree with you on that. I see where it could come from because my youngest daughter left. It was her birthday, and she left with her grandparents by herself for the first time without her sister.
Mm-hmm.
And we missed that little girl the moment
Mm.
she left. And it
Yeah.
wasn't because it's the girl, because we
Mhm.
left one behind. It was the baby in her, you know,
Yeah.
the loudness, the this. I'm over here. My oldest is 11. Is, you know, gonna be 11. And she's just not she's not a ruckus. She's not so much fun.
Yeah.
We realized, yeah, like we realized that baby, even her sister was like kind of missed her. And
Yeah.
it's the youthfulness of it too, though. It's that, yeah, it
Exactly.
is. It's that having to look
Yeah.
after
Like I miss
something.
it. I love having my girlfriend's kids when
Yeah.
I can because it kind of, it's the youthfulness of like a baby. Like, oh.
Yeah.
So
But
it's
then
like,
it also stems into like needing someone needing you.
oh yeah.
Um,
Mm,
That's also because grandparents go through that a lot. Like I go through that a lot with my ex-in-laws. The fact that, I realized later on when like my the grandma stopped working that she really wanted them more than ever
yeah.
because
Yeah.
she had nothing else to take. She can't
Yeah.
clean her floors no more. She can't clean her
Mhm.
floors every day,
Yeah.
like
Yeah. Like after a while, it's
Heartbreak.
like you done wiped every wall and scrubbed every
Yeah.
floor. You need something
yeah,
else
you
to
like, let me
do.
get them grandkids.
Yeah, yeah, like bring
Yeah.
them over. I'll go do
Yeah,
something with
wanting
them. But
that's
that's
it
what
too.
it's for. Like that's what grandparents are
Yeah.
for.
Mhm.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? To, take the load off, take the kids. They've already, done everything at that point. So it's
Yeah.
like, giving not the students, the kids a different type of
Mhm.
experience. You know what I mean? But I'm still
Yes.
struggling. So
Yes.
do men wait to commit until they need to be taken care of? Oh, I think I get it now. Like until like they
I'm
physically
sorry.
need to be
Like
taken
they
care of.
like physically, or like men's needs when they go into marriage are not necessarily women's needs. Women's women go into it a lot for security. So they say like we're always like looking to get married, and that's why we're looking to settle down and
Yeah,
waiting for them to propose.
yeah.
So it's like when they actually like need something from us, is that when they're like, oh, okay, let me get married?
Oh, yeah. So I think so. I mean, I think men wait to commit until they're just like ready. You know what I mean? Like they have to be in that headspace. And I feel like the same with women. I know it's for me. I mean, because I was never like one to be out here. I'd be in the streets, but I just be in the streets with my girlfriends. You know what I mean? Um, and I would for a long time I was just like whatever to a guy, like whatever, I'm just hanging, like I'm enjoying life. But I was like, oh wait, time is passing, I'm still single. Wait a
Yeah,
minute.
Yeah. Wait, what you said? Come
same
back.
thing.
Come
Wait a
back.
minute. And I enjoyed every moment. I enjoy every moment of it. You know what I mean? Like it's fun. Like I like hanging out. Like it's a certain way you get dressed up when you're with your girlfriends, as opposed to when you're with a guy. You got to be a little bit more buttoned up and cute. With
Yeah.
your girlfriend, you can like wear purple hair and rhinestone shoes and just like go out and drink and have a good time. It's just different with a guy. But I think that, I so answer the second question. So yes, I think they do wait until they need to be taken care of because something's missing. Right. I think they go through all of this time and, they get into a certain part of their life. They're like, okay, something's missing. I had this picture in my head of what my life should look like. Let me, make that happen. And a lot of the times it includes a woman,
Right.
right? You know, like you can be a bachelor, but it's just like there's a certain amount of emptiness that kind of comes
Yeah,
along.
just like the
You are a
independence of a
bachelor for
woman.
too long.
Yep.
You said what?
Yeah, just like the I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Just like the independence of a woman, like you're saying, like, yeah,
Yeah.
even though we're independent, but like in the moment you're like,
Yeah.
well,
It's like, wait a
you
minute.
know,
I'm not supposed to be this
that
independent.
won't
Like,
Need a
wait,
plus one for me.
wait,
a
wait a
minute.
minute.
Hold me.
Yeah. Yeah. And then do women want to commit because they want to be taken care of? Yeah.
Oh, it's two questions. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
sorry. I went to the next one.
Yeah. No, no. The
Okay.
third.
It was like a two-parter.
Mhm.
It
Yeah.
was the men's side and the women's side. Yeah.
Yeah, I think women do want it, right? You know, I definitely want to be taken care of. I promise you. I can't even roll my eyes. Like it won't have been how hard I want to roll my eyes about yes, I want to be taken care of. Yeah.
I feel the same way. Yo, I feel like in my, now that I'm like, because I'm Camille, I feel the same way as you. Like, I wasn't really worried about a relationship too much when I was younger. It was like, whatever, playing around a lot, didn't take it too seriously. But now that I really want to like settle down, damn, I lost my train of thought every episode.
You agreed with her because now you think that you need something. No,
It was good.
it wasn't that.
It was
I
good.
know.
Dang, girl.
It's so awful. Anyway, it'll come back to me.
Need something, homegirls. Not really. No.
The women want to commit because they need to be taken care of. Oh, wait.
While we take a break.
All right, I'm sorry, my bad. All right. Yeah, definitely lost it. Okay.
It's fine.
It'll come back. But I do, yes, I definitely want to be taken care of. I've been saying a lot lately that I'm like life tired. Like literally, like I feel like I've worked hard all of my life. And like now that I want to settle down, I really want somebody who I can just like sink into. Like, please just like have me. I don't want to be independent no more. It's like I feel the same way. Like I like it. I like have my role in life. I feel secure in who I am. I'm willing to put all this shit to the side. I'm 35. I could pop out a baby every 5 years for the next 5 years. I will take care of the beautiful home and you can go to work and do all that shit. Like I will turn into a homemaker. If I'm like,
no, I won't be no homemaker now.
I'm gonna do it. I'm ready to give it all up.
I'm not ready to.
I'm ready to do this podcast on Tuesdays and sew and knit.
Now I will say, and I think it's because of the guy, because we have conversations like this. But I think it's because of him that I'm like, oh, well, maybe I could like pop out another baby and like not work, all times of the day and work 3 jobs.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? I'm like, oh shoot, I put that out there.
I feel you.
You know what I mean? But work all these jobs and I'm not doing like and have a Poshmark and have what I mean? Like I do that because I don't have anything else. You know what I mean? Yeah. I don't have, like my son, we're doing college applications and stuff like that. But for the most part, I like to stay occupied. So that's why I was like, I could possibly have, I don't want to do all of these things, and I could possibly have another kid, but like that would be like, I don't know. You see how I'm talking about it? Like, it sounds
I feel like once, because you've established yourself pretty much, I feel like now it may be just a thinking like you've done this, you can always go back to where you are now, even if you stop and have a baby and like take time off. Like, that you're not going to be stuck in some like mom role forever because you've been on the other side of that. You've been like working out in the world. Mm-hmm. So I think like that you might have like that flexibility of thinking, which is cool once you get to a certain point. I think that
we'll see.
Maybe a little baby Camille.
I am so sorry. I
just can't imagine myself pregnant, so that's the problem.
I'm gonna be on the other side. I think we're just gonna be like the two devils on the east side. Do not. I would not. I would not. I'm so happy. Like I always say, it's like my second. This is not my. I'm divorced. So it's like my second life, and I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm so happy he came with his own kid.
Oh yes, that's
like,
the problem. I just can't imagine.
There's nothing that we're missing. Like you done seen someone have a kid, stuff like that. But no, God bless. If you think that that's what but just also, I don't know, would your son feel any way? I guess it's none of his
Um,
business, but
yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Like,
no, I was gonna say like you
He
let
can
you
be
learn
mad if he
less.
want to be mad.
yeah, I mean, my son comes first. Like, I don't think I would, like, he'll be in college or something like that by the time something like that even happens anyway. So he'll be very occupied with his own life. And, my goal is to have him not here when he goes to college. So, on top of that, I don't know if he would feel some type of way. I would, I'll have a
The
conversation like,
relationship might be that won't be like a sibling possibly relationship.
I'm 10
I
years in. I'm 10 years older
yeah,
than my brother. I feel like I was babysitting him all the time. Like we never really even like argued or had any sort of rivalry or anything like that.
it's
It's
a
like,
different bond.
yeah, like
yeah,
he's too young for me to do that with him.
yeah, exactly. Yeah,
Exactly.
and I feel like it'll be the same way with Xavier, and yeah, whatever.
And the possibility.
Yeah, and this anomaly that's like floating in the air. It will be the same way with them. You know what I mean?
You
But yeah,
definitely should come back one day and see. I mean, a year or two from now and see what he did.
I had a baby.
I'm
That
gonna
would
be
be
all like,
it.
I had a baby.
Yeah.
Yes, like that would be so crazy.
The follow-up episode.
That would be so crazy. I come and waddling on it.
Look,
This is my fifth.
this is one of our questions. We're like in it already. Would you or have you ever put your career on hold for your relationship? And this came out of that like Nivea interview, and she was talking about Lil Wayne, how he like told her to stop singing,
Yes.
and he was gonna take care of her and all this stuff.
Really?
And she said she stopped making music and did all that stuff for him because they were together and he didn't want her working and all of that. And obviously we see like she was hot for a minute, then gone.
Then gone.
But like, would you like put your career on hold for your relationship?
Never.
Or would you ask someone else to put their career on hold?
Never.
Okay.
The person I am
Never.
now, no. Possibly a younger me. I possibly would have make anything.
Mm-hmm.
Really?
But yeah, I mean, younger me. But the older me, I mean, I got married very young as well.
Okay.
I did stop a lot. That I feel like I did stump my growth in that marriage. So yes, but the new and improved me, no. Sabrina 5.6.
Ah, yes.
I
5.6.
think I think that hell no, and I will respect. I feel like I wouldn't even respect somebody that would do like that would tell somebody to do that. I mean, I understand the whole comfort about it. I understand that, but like I feel like I didn't get to touch base. I think I would never stay home. I don't think I can never stay home. Like I'll be a homemaker and that's it. Like I have to have like a business on the block. And then I'll stay home, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And handle the business down the block, and then I'll be home
Mhm.
all the time, But
Yeah.
I feel like I've always have to be like doing something.
Yeah.
I don't think.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't think I would. First of all, I would never. I've seen that happen, and I've
Ditto.
seen them slide into the world of their mate,
Mm-hmm.
and it was not exciting to watch.
Yep.
Because then you kind of like your identity becomes then the relationship. You like, how like when we all introduce ourselves, it's like, this is who I am, this is what I do. You know what I mean? And I actually was reading something earlier today about how we find our identity in our work or whatever. And it has to be some other things that define who you are. And I was just like, I need to revisit this. And it's so funny that I'm revisiting this now. So now it's like confirmation I need to really revisit this. You know what I mean? And see. It's just like, I think because I've come into this, I'm coming of age, if you will, where it's like, I'm like discovering more layers of, about myself, and wanting to really understand who I am as a person outside of fashion, outside of teaching. Like who am I really? You know what I mean? And I'm trying to really figure that out, which is kind of cool, but kind of scary at the same time. Like if I stripped all this away, like who am I? And but to kind of like bring it full circle, I wouldn't do all of that. Like I wouldn't do all that stripping for a mate.
Right.
Because then how would I find myself in a mate?
Yeah. And I think that's like a really scary thing for me, because I really like just thinking of just, that I believe we're spirits having a human experience. You come here for a purpose. Now you've taken all your passions and everything that you like and you desire, and you squash that to go be a part of somebody else's world, or to let them live their life so you can be in some position of, I don't know, support for them, for like, because why would they tell you to even stop any? Because she's all right. So the Nivea example, she's a singer, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that
is gift and talent. You're already making music, and somebody's telling you to not do that, something that you're passionate about. So, I mean,
they can go make music.
Possession, control. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So I'm going to sit down by the side, stop doing everything that I'm doing so you can pursue your dreams and make sure you have somebody to hold you down. Like, that's not why I'm here on this.
No. That's selfish.
Yeah.
That is so super selfish. Now, if you be like, why don't you, I need you to kind of like maybe not be so busy with your work so that I could, so you could assist me in something that I'm doing, or we need a partner on this or something like that, then I totally understand, stopping your career, so to say, for love in that way. But it's kind of like a union and a growth, as opposed to you stopping what you're doing and kind of like going in the direction of the other person.
Yeah, there has to be a time limit for me. Like, oh, I'm gonna stop doing this for what? And how long?
Yeah.
Like, oh, you're giving me this much to open something else so that I won't be like the music thing I didn't understand.
Yeah,
I didn't understand that.
Lil Wayne, you could tell
I could understand you saying
anybody
yeah,
because he hates himself almost.
Yeah,
which is like
a lot of the stuff he says, you can't go clear.
Yes, go
yeah, like he clearly does not like who he is as a person. So yeah, and it's crazy. I mean, he drew in somebody that was damaged too, because she, if she really, really kind of believed in herself too, she would have been like, "F no, I'm not stopping nothing.
Like
I'm doing what I'm going to do. Like let's do this together. Let's make a song together." Like Jay-Z and Beyonce have a whole album together,
right?
Like an entire album.
Yeah,
and I could never imagine him telling her like some shit she can't do.
That's what I'm saying. She wasn't playing. She was like,
can't
what?
even. My mouth won't form.
He can't even fathom. Yeah, he can't even fathom. Like Beyonce. I mean, you do whatever you want. All right.
Yeah.
Do whatever you want.
Because you don't have no power over here.
She's like, you cannot go on that flight. Well, I own it. Like,
yeah,
I'm on this
I don't
one.
understand.
So funny.
I don't understand what you're saying. Right?
Honestly, I don't know why we're bringing it here, but I'm kind of at the point where I'm trying to exude at work. I'm trying to exude that Beyonce, like that quiet. No, like seriously, I've been so. It's a long story, but you see what that you were doing. Like, yeah, what? No, I don't understand. Like, that's why I'm trying to develop. Because as you know, Mo, we work together.
Yeah,
I'm really a pleaser. I can do it, and I'll do it, and I'll do it. But at my job now, that's what I'm trying to develop. Like, no,
you have to set boundaries.
I can't.
I'm unavailable for that.
I'm overworked. I have a lot on my plate. Because usually I'm like, of course, I got that. I got that. And I'll be overworked. So I'm trying to exude
that little strong, independent woman trying to do everything and take care of everything. Squash.
Yes.
You don't need
Yes.
OMG. And I think for putting my career on hold, it would have to be mutual, or I would start to resent the other person.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Can you imagine what she was probably feeling? Like, oh wow, you're making millions of platinum albums. Like,
yeah, and I'm sitting here with the baby.
Yeah, and you're never here.
I would be
and you're never here.
It would have to. I swear, I would resent it so much. It would just be like,
there would be like, I would be like, no, there would be no way. There would be no way. Yeah,
because I am a passionate person, and I'm like, I feel like I have worked hard. If I'm gonna put that to a side, that means I'm putting my full trust
in you.
In you.
Yeah.
Listen,
And this is like
I don't
an
think I
episode
trust
of
anybody
Snap.
like
That
that.
shit goes wrong. I'm ready to murder.
you're good. So it's fine. It's fine. You're good.
You know what it
I'm
is?
in jail. We know what happened. Like this
Problem
is
fucking
like
solved.
this is not even like
It's a
like,
double
are you
thought
kidding
too.
me? You said
You
what?
have to like I mean it's situational, like we always like you always say, Mo. Like because if I
Situational.
was by myself, okay, but then that's probably why I feel like I take lead too. I have my girls.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like my decisions, like I'm gonna put my girl, me is one thing, but like put me and my girls, like to
Imagine.
just at your mercy that they can just quit your job.
Yeah. No,
It's
no,
just so
that's
much to
different.
think
Quit your
about.
job is different.
Well, your
Putting
career,
your career
well,
on
your
hold.
yeah, okay, I
Yeah.
get that. Yeah, I get what you're saying, but in
Yeah.
certain
Because
cases,
usually it's
like
a
if it's not
purpose
even
to quit
singing,
it.
if let's say, yeah, if it's not singing and it's something else, let's say for example, I still feel like the singing I could never understand because it's something that's
I
joyful for
still can't
her.
believe that was something like
You
did
know what
she
I mean?
say
Like,
she said that? Nivea said that?
yeah,
Yeah,
no, she did.
yeah, she
She
was
did an
saying that.
interview.
Yep, she was like
She was
full, like
talking a lot of mess.
emotional about it, everything. Like she put her career on hold. That he was like very controlling. Like, yeah.
I can imagine. Lil Wayne is a psychopath. That I mean, I hate to be like that, but I mean, she got to see some ownership in that.
Yeah,
Oh yes, you do.
of course.
Of
Yeah,
course, she can.
that's what
Yeah,
I meant
yeah,
by like damaged people. A lot of times attract damaged people
Mm-hmm.
yes.
because you're not going to be able to tell somebody who has their head on straight for the most part, famous or not, to
To do
just
that.
stop what you're doing because I want you to, not
Well,
because I have this plan for us.
Right.
You know, you're
yeah,
just not
like
going to do it.
I don't know.
And I think again, last topic of the night, we have a few minutes left, and that's like a good segue.
Oh.
So damaged people, childhood trauma, very real things, and it's a lot of talk going on now about like people and their trauma and how they show up in relationships.
Toxic and blah blah blah.
Yes.
Blah, blah.
Do you feel like you need to meet the family before you enter a committed, serious relationship?
100%.
Okay.
And you should do like genetic testing. Like I honestly, I'm at that point. I was so young when I had kids and whatever. I mean, I had my other one when I was 21, but still, right where I stand today as a woman, of course, you need to
You
meet
said genetic
uncles.
testing.
Yes. You know why I say that? Just real quick. When I was 18 years old when I had a belly, and I remember a girl, she was judging me. And she was like, not me. That's why I have to wait until I'm older so I can get genetic testing and see if anybody did right. And in my head, I'm like, whatever, girl.
With you.
Do you know that, of course, I wish now, like, that I knew certain things. Like, you don't think about those things. Like, his mother was bipolar. Like, it's one of those things where you just have no idea,
Right.
But that I joke about it, but it's for real, like
Yeah, I mean,
really
because when you are marrying a person, you're marrying their family.
In a healthy relationship. Because there's marriages, they're like, fuck that, I don't need to know nobody about you. No. That's not gonna be cool for kids who have what? They're gonna have two different separate birthday parties every year because no one likes to get together. Like it just doesn't, it's not productive. In a productive relationship, healthy marriage, yes. I think I'm totally old school with both families being involved in everything. I just feel like it just makes sense. You know what I mean? And it helps with longevity and and certain, and everything and learning how to even cook, passing it down. So
Yeah.
What do
you have
look
to meet
for?
the family.
What do you look for in the family? I mean, like, when do you like look for certain shit or just
I
see
don't
if,
know
like,
if I don't know if I have deal breakers.
Okay.
I like married.
I just want to meet them. I just want to know what I'm getting into, if that makes sense.
Yes.
I don't know if I have deal breakers. Because like my baby father's, his family is like awesome. No.
I feel the same way.
Poor thing. But it's all love. Whatever.
He's the milkman.
But his family is pretty awesome. My family is like cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. Like, Keem is part of it.
Hey, King. About to pop you into
Where
the
are you?
episode, boo.
Yes. So it's just like I can't be like, I ain't messing with nobody family that's like, no, my family's crazy. So if I'm going to ask somebody to join this,
You got to be willing to accept some shit.
I'm like, at least I was upfront about it.
I think if I did it again, I mean, well, I think I was gonna say I like that when people have their parents married. I prefer if I was to do it again. I prefer that because you do like it's really good for a kid to see up and downs. I'm sorry, it really is. And then the family not break up. I think that's really. I mean, of course, it should be healthy communication. Even yelling, I yell all the time. All the time at everyone. You know what I mean? I'm sorry. Like that's my way of communicating. Like when I feel like I'm not being heard. So other people you would see like maybe a timid kid would be like, oh man. But my kids see yelling and resolution. You know what I mean? Like you know, and I just think it's healthy to see that, you know, when people I don't want to say give up because I had that issue, but I think that, you know, parents that are married is a good look.
But I go back and forth about that also because I feel like if a kid is seeing like things in the household where the parents are not happy or they're just staying together for the kids and like it doesn't
yes,
feel
that's
like
what,
or they're not seeing like real love between people, like is it better to stay together?
No.
Like, you know what I'm saying?
No, I agree with you. That's why I left my marriage because that's not healthy. What we were doing wasn't healthy. I wasn't happy at all, not one moment of my life. What they see now is possibly disagreements, but we're laughing. We're figuring it out together. It's not like for real, like anger. Yeah, like when we argue or whatever, even if whatever a discussion, whatever, it's not tearing you down. You know what I mean? It's literally this is my opinion, sis. You know, this is my opinion. This is what's happening, and then we'll figure it out. And then I like that they see resolution. Literally in front of their eyes. We're like, whatever, let's go.
Yeah.
It's important. That's so important because you're not gonna always get along.
Exactly.
You know? But you know, I never wanted to, you know, leave or separate a family either. But you know, this independent woman, you know, needed someone else to be submissive to me. I made room for submissiveness.
Yeah.
I feel like when I was younger, I was so I don't know. I don't feel like I'm a very family oriented person. So I was like, I don't care if I meet the family or not. This is my man. We gonna be together, you know, whatever. I don't give a fuck what his family think about me. But I definitely do care now. I think it's very important. I don't come from like the healthiest dynamic from my parents. My family is also crazy. Not a lot of people are married. A lot of people have kids and like, you know, are not together, unhealthy relationships or like long-term situationships. That's what I say my parents' thing was. They were together since they were in their 20s, never got married, like stayed together. But I was like, but that's not like what I want. And I definitely like, I want to see like the dynamic. I want to enter into a family that is like, my mother watches this, healthier than mine. I don't know. I want that for my children. I want them to be able to see that. You know, I want it for myself. And I would like for like my partner to come from something like that. So if it is like something that I'm lacking, I would like for him to provide that. Like that's something that I'm looking for, I guess.
Yeah.
So we're yes, heavy.
Yeah, this is so good. This is so good.
I know, I love it. Every time I come over here, I'm like, yes.
Yes,
me too. Get the podcast high. Like,
yes,
when you call, you're like, woo.
It feels so good.
Yeah.
And I'm so excited that y'all got a chance to join us.
Yes.
It has been amazing. Again, just to have some girl talk. Next week we will have the gentleman's episode.
I can't wait to be writing on that.
I'm
gonna be like
just to be and then we will be back for a head-to-head the week after that.
Okay.
So, can you give some advice to the ladies, some last words?
Ooh, about which one? Like one of the
Whatever you want.
questions?
You got to give something, or to the men's about the ladies. What are you going to say to them? I want to tell the men, stop playing around with people who don't want to be played around with. Like, if you want to be in a serious relationship, be with somebody who's in a serious who wants to that. If you want to be polyamorous, get somebody who wants to be polyamorous.
Exactly.
Just like stop playing around with people who don't want the same things as you. If you're just trying to fuck, then fuck with somebody who's just trying to fuck.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I agree. What you got, Brianna? I'm trying to
I got something that Jennifer Lopez said that I saw the other day. It was basically, strong. It's for the women, strong women.
A hoe is going hoe. I'm sorry.
Especially, no, it comes to us women who like get. We always think about, oh, everybody has to be before us. That's how we were such a great woman. We get dressed last. We go in the shower last. We always get the kids ready first. Get yourself ready first.
Yeah.
No.
I like that.
Get yourself ready first. Yeah, that's what I got. She said so much other shit, but that right there, I put all that together just like that. Like, get yourself ready first.
That's
like
good.
And it comes from, I mean, I it's rooted in me. Like, I remember my mother like getting us ready first, and I do it now, and she's always last, and didn't even get to do everything she wanted to do for herself. But
yeah,
get ready first.
Mm-hmm.
I love it. I love it.
That. Ooh, I'm storing that. That's going to be in my toolbox.
Same.
Yeah, that's in my toolbox. My last final words. Ooh, I don't know. I don't really have I don't have advice. I just say, enjoy the present. I'll just say that. Like, enjoy the present, because you never know. You know what I mean? You really don't.
Yep.
Just enjoy the present. Right. And don't be so hard on yourself. Make it easy. Just a little bit, it's all going to work itself out.
Yeah.
For sure.
Right there.
Mm-hmm.
And on that note, until next time, family. Peace.
Oh, I forgot to log off.